Previously on Into the Yonder Void. We all took care of that mean old sea tongue, and I met the little boat full of halflings. They're looking for that artifact that I lost, but I decided not to tell them that was me. I don't think I'm ready to disappoint more people right now. But luckily, I was saved by landfall, so I'm ready to scooch out of this uncomfortable situation and see what's going on there.
The D20 Syndicate presents Into the Yonder Void. Welcome back to the D20 Syndicate podcast.
What's up, nerds?
Ahoy, hoy.
A weekly Dungeons and Dragons. Just the appropriately right in the middle of my sentence. Love it.
You could just kiss Billy on the cheek.
Now pass it to Seth.
He's betwixt them.
And then Seth, you pass it to Tomas.
Eh.
And then by the time it gets back to me, we'll see how it's changed.
Telephone
kisses. Telephone kisses. To the tune of butterfly kisses.
Okay.
You were so mad at me for having that stuck in my
She
head.
was singing butterfly kisses on the way here.
I couldn't stop. I hate it so much, but I
You guys
couldn't
are acting
stop.
like that's not going to be your entrance song at the reception.
What reception? To
don't
our
know.
funeral?
Yeah. Hopefully you guys die at the same time because
Yeah, you
That
know,
would be dope.
when we
Deal with
strap
That's
two
the
separate-
plan.
when we strap you to the top of the car, we're just going to be blaring butterfly kisses on the way to the gravesite.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
Telephone kisses. A weekly Dungeons and Dragons 5e actual play podcast. I am your host and DM, Seth. And around the table, we have our players.
I'm Billy and I play Nezrah.
I'm Tomas, I play Tomar.
No, you
in the
don't.
last season. But exclusively this season, I play all new character Gildebrand Mohani.
And you can read more about it in the Bible.
If you want to find out more, stay tuned.
Visit your local
Right
library.
now.
Call 555
555.
Is Indiana Jones there?
P5
Speaking of Fee, I'm Lindsey and I play Fee.
Hey!
And I'm Michaela and I play Can.
That's right. Each week we record for your listening pleasure. This is episode 13.
That's one word by three.
Yeah.
It's not Friday though.
It's not. Nor is it the 13th.
But the
As
episode
dates
is
tend to work.
Episode Friday the 13th. This is episode Saturday the 46th.
There's nothing special about this.
Remember,
nothing
guys,
special.
time is a flat circle. I think that means it's time for tonight's Around the Campfire question.
oh fuck.
Quay.
I realized we would do that so often in episodes,
so
and I
gross.
love it.
Total Recall is gross.
Yeah, it is. And it's awesome.
They should recall it.
Get that spaghetti out of here.
It's going everywhere. I'm covered in sauce.
Sauce.
Never gone
It
to
sounded
this.
like I said sores. I realized when you were looking at me, I was like, that sounded like sores. All right, for tonight's Around the Campfire question, I want to know, what is your character's scent? Like, what do you smell like? And we're going to start with Fee.
Well, sir, I smell like I smell kind of like the earth a little bit, and sometimes I have, I always have leaves of the season that kind of makes up my apparel, so I probably smell a little bit of leaves. But yeah, mostly just the earthy tones, Yeah.
Earthy tones is what she smells like.
Yeah.
I smell like brown.
Yeah, we know, bro. We should probably go change.
I thought the jeans would cover it up.
It did a little.
Good. So I need to double down next time.
Yeah,
Wear two
double
pairs.
jeans.
Eventually it'll go away.
Hey, where's Tomas? Oh, he's going and get ready to double jean it. It's easier than showering, apparently, according to him and his blog with its 12 subscribers. Anyway, Can, what do you smell like?
That's easy. I smell a little bit like wind. I smell like sunshine. I smell like berries a lot. And now I kind of smell like crocodile a little bit.
Very nice.
Would you say the Can's hands are sticky, probably?
No.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
All them berries.
Can is not gross.
I guess you were just in water.
Yeah, I frequently get rinsed.
All right, Nezrah.
Imagine walking down a forest-lined road on a cool maple morning. You can smell the transition from summer to winter in the air when the leaves start turning shades of orange. I smell bright and crisp with notes of fig, caramel, and a splash of coffee and cinnamon that lead to a more earthy finish.
Very nice.
Starbucks smelling ass
you
wrapped
smell like a
man.
coffee. Gill.
I've been told that I have kind of a sweet smell, maybe a fragrant flower of some kind, but mixed with a little bit of brimstone. I can't get the brimstone out for some reason. I tried, but that's just part of it.
You probably smell like alcohol too, don't you?
Maybe if you like
I haven't
hang
been
dry,
told that. No.
hang dry your clothes. That usually helps.
Why would I ever need to dry my clothes?
When they get wet and you wash them.
Right. Yes,
Your
right.
blank
Washing them. I always just buy.
He seems sticky.
I never said I wasn't. Never said I wasn't.
He's just making sure you guys can high five at some point.
Yeah, and then I
without
won't
getting
feel
fused
as
together.
bad. I just buy a new pair of pants every time it gets too dirty. The film is too bad.
Half of my pant inventory is his thrown over pants.
She has some of my old pants.
Yeah, you can sell this. All right. When we last left off, you guys had just survived an encounter with a sea tongue, having rallied together to do your various roles, and hate that. And before the crew of the Deadlights blasted it to bits. Then, having taken some damage, some of which was stopped by your pal Fee, you guys found off in the distance an island to travel towards so that the crew could repair quickly and get back on the sea. If you'll recall, Fee, when the last thing you saw was do you remember what you saw?
It was a danger sign.
Yep. And do you remember what language it was in?
It was Sylvan, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Good job.
See, I remembered.
Well, so that's where we will pick up as the Deadlights. As you guys can kind of tell, it has taken on some water. It's moving at a little bit of a drag.
Is it sloshy?
Not on the deck, but if you were to go below. But you guys are, heading towards that dot off in the distance. It's maybe a 45-minute jaunt before you guys can get there. And it is starting to get to, early evening at this point as you head that way. So we will pick up. You guys are on the deck traveling to this island.
Was it early morning when we set out?
It was like later morning.
So how much longer in the day was the attack with the sea tongue?
It was like a couple of hours, I would say.
So it was like midday when we were fighting it?
Yeah.
And then we've been floating towards that other island?
Yep, for a little bit. And then it is autumn, so it gets darker a little bit earlier, so...
Ah, shit, we're going into danger again?
So I want you guys to tell me what you're going to do with those 45 minutes here, but you are obviously going to... We'll get back to you in a sec, but just in the meantime, while you have downtime... Actually, we'll say it's just about an hour so that you guys will get a short rest.
If that's the case, then I am going to do some hit point recovery. So I have a D10 and then I have a D8 and I'm going to use both of them. But after that, I'm going to need to long rest because I am out. So I got back 11 HP.
Perfect.
So I have 21 out of 27 HP. So I don't feel super great, but I don't feel super bad either. Well, I mean, I probably still feel super bad given the...
I also am going to regain some shit. 4.
So yeah, why don't we'll start with you, Can. Why don't you tell me what you're gonna do in that time before you get to that little island?
I'm going to distance myself a little bit from those halflings.
Okay.
So I'm going to go and try to find everyone else and see what they're up to.
Okay. Nezrah, what are you doing?
I'm going to meditate
Okay.
and towards the bow of the ship.
Okay.
And just try and collect my thoughts and also try and get in a nice little short rest and do some recuperating.
Okay. Gill?
I am actually going to go up to the halflings we saved, and I'm going to try and convince them to pay me for saving them.
And Fee, what are you gonna do?
So first step, after I read the danger sign, I mean, I'll say to all of them, like, danger, what the fuck?
Well, you guys are kind of separate.
Well,
so,
that sucks. Okay.
Who
Well,
is she by?
who am I by?
Give me a D20 roll.
What direction are we heading?
Okay.
Right now, you guys are. Well, you give me nature.
I rolled a 18. It was almost a 2.
Okay. Yeah, you were by most of Captain Lyle's crew.
Okay. Aw, shit, did you all see the danger sign?
You like see the crew just kind of like look around a little bit, and Captain Lyle remains pretty silent. Lots of dangers out here. I wouldn't worry about any signs. The real dangers are the things that you can't see and aren't warned about.
Well, that's true. You did throw a knife at that one invisible guy. I forgot that's a whole threat we're looking at. Also, keep your eye out for a little halfling guy. I didn't tell Lyle about that yet, did I?
No.
Yeah.
Like your friend?
No, this is a halfling guy. He was after some jewels that were used for some really bad shit. And he really, really wants them for like, I don't know. Seems like really nefarious reasons, so...
So, I'll be on the lookout for a halfling that likes jewels?
He's dressed all fancy. He doesn't look like the whale song halflings whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That makes more sense.
He came out of nowhere. I just don't know where he came from.
What did you get on your nature?
Halfling that likes jewels. Couldn't be any less descriptive. 13.
13? You can tell... Are you proficient in nature?
No.
Okay. You can tell that you're heading in the... like, to the right of the setting sun. So you're fairly certain that you're traveling somewhat north, maybe northwesterly.
Okay.
At the moment.
Thank you.
Gill, you are going to try to shake them down.
Well, that's a very ill way to describe
what it sounds like you're doing.
It looks like you guys had a rough time out there.
Yeah, it was kind of rough, but, you know, we're here now.
What do you mean kind of rough? That thing was gonna tear you apart.
Well, we encountered a lot more of them earlier on, and we escaped from them.
How would you do that?
We have our ways.
Why weren't you escaping then?
Because we have 0 spells left. We exhausted all of our resources getting away from the previous bunch.
So you could say it's very fortuitous that we came along and spotted you.
I don't know, things just kind of work out. If it wasn't you, maybe it'd be somebody else, or maybe it would have just eaten us and then the thing would have had a nice lunch. I mean, I don't want to be a lunch, but if it happens, it happens.
Look, so my friend, for you to be on here, paid your way to be on here.
Oh, wait, to get us on board, we can, if it's a bother, we can leave, it's fine.
How would you get around?
We've got our boat still.
Gill fires the cannon at the boat.
Now what are you going to do?
What boat are you talking about?
I mean, that being said, we had to pay the captain of the ship, and we are short of money now, so... I mean, regardless of whether you stay or go, we don't get a receipt for saving your lives.
Oh, the one you're talking to isn't really picking up what you're putting down.
I'm going to pick him up and then put him down into the sea. Now, can I talk to one of your more...
your supervisor?
Yeah. Your more auspicious friend.
This seems to be the only whale song of the group that arrived that's currently awake. The rest are like exhausted, like passed out. And he's not, like, he's got one foot in the bed right now.
All right, well, I walk away from him.
So you just walk away, frustrated with this whale?
Yeah.
It didn't seem like he understood the nature. He seemed to think like maybe you were saying that he was a bother as opposed to what your real intention was.
I mean, now he was. Because I almost died.
Can, are you heading to the front of the ship or the back of the ship?
The front.
You are heading to the front. All right, so you start heading towards the bow, and you see Nezrah up there. And he looks like he's focusing. He's got his fingers pinched together. You can see like the trail of what you're not sure necessarily what they're called, but it's like a trail of like knots on long string hanging from his arms as he does so. Very, very elegant looking. Looks like he's in tune right now.
And I have my feet pressed together in front of me, so like kind of they're not crossed, so the bottoms of my feet are together, and in between them.
So you're sitting? You're like in almost a lotus position?
Yeah, and
okay.
In between my feet is my staff. I'm holding my staff in between my feet.
Gotcha.
I don't want to disturb him.
Okay.
But I am going to get a little closer and just peep those tendrils.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Just give him a little sniff. Smells like Starbucks.
17.
So you're trying to look at what's trailing from his arms?
Mm-hmm.
So with a 17, you can see, well, why don't you give a decent description of what those are to someone who would be looking at them, Nez?
So they're varying lengths of different colored strands of string. Not quite as, I don't want to say flimsy or whatever, as yarn, but, you know, they look very strong and fibrous, and they're knotted in what seem like random spots. And they look mostly decorative and random as far as like color and length go.
Upon inspection, I say, cool. And proceed.
You just going to head up to the front?
Yeah, I want to see where we're going and
okay. Yeah, you
see if I recognize anything.
Gotcha. Go ahead and give me a nature check. And you can have this at advantage because this is area that you've probably traversed at least once or twice.
19.
Yeah, you're heading, kind of like a northwestern direction. You know that it's roughly on the same path. It's kind of like an out-of-the-way path to get to the northern island that you're trying to get to, but you figure they had to divert because of that creature, and so trying to find, there's a bunch of just like little islands out here, some of which have not been explored by you, maybe other people, but there's like little dots. Some are as small as just like a little rock sticking out, and some are fairly decently sized, but it's kind of like a different chains broken up there. But yeah, you think that you're maybe about 4 hours still from the northern island.
So there's nobody else around.
Give me a perception check. Actually, you don't need a perception check for this. Nobody's hiding themselves or anything. You get a good look around. You can see that Fee is up near the helm talking to the rest of the crew. She seems like a decent amount of the crew is gathered near Lyle. And she seems to be up there. You're not sure where Gill is at the moment, but he's probably either, at the back of the ship or, on one of the sides you can't see.
Okay. While I'm here, I'm going to look out over everything that I can see.
Mm-hmm.
Water, sky, these islands. I'm going to try to see if I can notice anything that seems off or anything that could provide a clue as to where my grandmother has been or where she's been taken, or see if I can if I notice any of those weird lights, just anything.
Okay, give me a perception check.
But 11.
No, it's hard to discern out here, especially the thing that you notice most. You might be able to kind of maybe discern something if the ship wasn't in such a bad position, but there's a lot of noises, clanks, like a lot of creaking because of, the state of the ship. It's really distracting. You can see like little pieces of driftwood like floating away from the ship at times, so it kind of muddies the waters a little bit. But if Uchi was correct, you're about 4 hours away from her at this rate. Fee.
Well, after talking to them, since I, traveled down to the bottom of the ship, would I have noticed some rooms that maybe would be more likely to be empty?
I mean, there were definitely some cabins down there, but you didn't see any open doors. It was a very urgent situation, and you were focused on that. I would say that it would be real hard from that one trip down there.
Okay. Instead, is there any spots like on the top deck that are just kind of empty where I could hide a little bit if I needed to?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
4.
Yeah. Nah, it doesn't look like there's a lot of people moving around. The ship is, there's probably some nooks and crannies, but there's not much that you can see from where you're at. You might have to, if you were interested, you might actually have to like go look around and investigate a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to look back at my pack, take Branch out for a second, and I'm just going to like kind of hold it endearingly and just like whisper like, I was going to try to talk to you right now, but at the same time, I know I already tried to talk to you twice today, and I'm sorry. I feel like I'm being really needy. It's so hard because we were together for a while there, and you're like my best friend, and now I haven't been able to talk to you except like a couple times a day. But I can't find anywhere quiet anyway, so I guess this is kind of a sign. So I guess just keep watch. And yeah, I've had a crazy day though, so I don't know. We'll have to talk about it later. But yeah, I'll just stick it back in my pack, and then I think I'm just going to try to dry out all the things in my pack. Kind of like hang them over the side, like whatever that is when you shake them out. And then, maybe just try to meditate a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Gill, what are you doing now that your first plan, you apparently got too frustrated with it?
I'm going to just explore the ship and see if I can find interesting stuff.
Give me investigation.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Are you exploring the innards or the upper deck?
All the nooks and crannies.
Okay. So you're going to spend some time doing that.
I feel like I've already been on the upper deck a lot.
Yeah. So you might want to head below deck.
Can you have some NPCs named Nook and Crannies?
Maybe.
Sorry. Yeah.
I'll probably go to where I think the cargo hold would be first.
All right. So yeah, one sec here. You can see that it is, it's a standard caravel like belly when you get inside. Nothing looks too out of place. You notice when you come down the stairs that it's divided, and you know that this is like a traditional style where the cabins are in the middle and there's a hallway on either side, so each room has a door on either side, which keeps someone from barricading themselves in, which also indicates that there's probably a lot of, which to you with that investigation would indicate that there's probably a lot of places that have two entrances or exits. And you're kind of like looking around, you can see that kind of marbled through the wood down here, though it is more polished than above deck. It is it's still kind of marbled with that same wood, and it kind of gives off a faint glow almost from the little bit of mage light that you can see in sconces. There's two in each side of the hallway. And as you walk down, you can see that all the doors are closed, but you have no trouble finding the cargo hold because it is the room with the most people trying to ferry water up. You pass as people are taking buckets and trying to throw it overboard. Not super urgently because they know they're getting towards land, but you can see that they're trying to get out as much water as possible.
So Captain Lyle mentioned that they smuggle things and that they're smugglers. Would that give me any insight as to where they might have secret compartments that aren't where the normal cargo hold is? Because often these ships go under inspection and they have everything in an obvious place, but then they have some of their more valuable things in another location.
I will allow you to... You know what? Give me an insight check with advantage, since you did receive that information, and it's something you're familiar with.
18.
You, as you're looking around and you see them like kind of messing with the cargo hold, you notice that one of the crew, you haven't met him yet, but he's kind of like a heavy set individual with a big beard. He keeps looking around behind the cargo hold, where like at a panel of the wall, and it looks like just a blank section of wall, but he keeps looking at that. And it's right next to the cargo hold, and you also see that because of the shape of the cargo hold, it kind of bows out on one side. You think that there might be a hidden room there.
Is he the one closest to it?
He is very close.
Is there anyone else in that vicinity?
There's several people, yeah.
Okay, how many?
3.
3, and they're all by right where he's looking?
2 of them, him and another one are. One of them is busy, like, getting ready to rush past you with a bucket of water.
Wow, that was crazy, guys, am I right?
You hear the big guy kind of laugh. It's nothing I've not seen before, though.
You have a lot of combat experience on boats?
Not with the likes of a sea tongue, but, you know, we all have our specialities.
What's yours?
Oh, I'm good at keeping my mouth shut.
You seem like you like to talk.
Oh, there's a difference between keeping my mouth shut and talking.
That's
true. A very big difference, yeah. So what do you do on the ship?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I'm just here to help.
Do you like what you do here?
You know, can't say that I don't enjoy it. Do you like being a passenger on the ship?
I prefer being a crewman.
Oh, a fellow seafarer.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. That's you know, it's a calling that not everyone can answer, but hey, if it's in your wheelhouse, or your porthole, or whatever the euphemism might be, hey, you know what? Do your thing.
I don't think I've heard that before, but...
Well, I'm always coming up with crazy little, you know, amalgam words and portmanteaus and all the good stuff.
Is he a human?
Yep.
What's your name?
I'm Holtrick the Helper.
Is that a title given to you here on the ship, or did you have it beforehand?
That's the question, isn't it, friend?
Why are you being so cagey? What's the deal? Why is everyone being so weird on this ship?
The smuggler asked the smuggler.
I'm just trying to have conversations with people.
Nez, anything else you would like to do?
Nope.
Just gonna hang out?
Yeah, just hanging out, meditating, healing up, trying to dry out.
Okay.
All that good stuff.
Well, I'm a little disappointed that I didn't see anything. So I'm going to wander around and see what everyone else is doing.
Okay. Yeah, you see Fee immediately up there. She looks like she's clutching her branch and like whispering to it. You don't see Gill. You still see Nez there doing his thing.
Is she practicing her tree reading?
You could check.
I'm
and
gonna
see.
go up to her.
Okay. All right, Fee, you see Can approach.
Oh, hey, Can.
Hey, are you talking to your tree?
I mean, yeah, I am, I think.
So are you learning how to read tree?
I'm trying. Can you give me a few tips? Because I am really curious about that.
But I don't know, I haven't really seen a tree that looks like this.
Well, if it were a tree, since I'm practicing, if this were a tree and I was trying to read it, what would be my first steps, would you think?
Well, you look at the bark pattern and you look at the roots.
Okay.
I mean, the roots that are kind of exposed, don't dig them up.
Right.
They don't like it.
For sure, yeah.
What kind of tree is that?
You know, it's just one I found. Like, yeah.
Where'd you get it?
Over by Zugo and not far from Alban.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do they all keep their trees in pots there? Because I haven't seen that.
No, that's just kind of a me thing.
That's super weird.
Thanks. Yeah.
Is it because you don't have a home? Are you traveling a lot?
I am traveling a lot, so the pot does help.
That's a good idea, but I don't know how I would keep any of my trees in pots. That'd be heavy.
Yeah, it's a pretty small pot, small tree in this scenario. Until I, can read bigger trees for real. But
Well, have you gotten anything from it yet?
kinda, yeah.
Do you care if I try?
Oh, I don't know.
Don't look at him.
I'm
look
trying to
at Can.
think. I'm trying to think. Sure. I mean, last time I talked to it, it was pretty busy. I couldn't get a whole lot out of it, but
No, I get it. It has a lot to do.
yeah. Yep. Can you be really careful with it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be like shaking as I hand over the branch
All right.
and like holding my hands under it, like just in case it falls.
Do you take the branch?
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna inspect it?
Yes.
Give me investigation.
17.
17. Now give me Arcana.
5.
Okay.
So is this not a woodland branch?
The fuck are you talking about?
I mean, I would have been like nature maybe, but here.
I mean, Arcana fits.
So immediately upon inspecting this branch, there is something very tree-like about it. It has definite elements of it, but there is something like you have not seen something like this in your investigation. Like the bark pattern almost doesn't seem to make sense. It almost like wraps around as opposed to like going through. It is a branch, but you would be like very interested to see what kind of tree this came from. And it seems like it might be something magical, but you can't tell for sure.
Do all trees by Zugo look like this?
I mean, kinda.
I can't even read it. I think maybe it's in a different tree language. I haven't seen this before.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to get another branch from another tree that you can read for me and, yeah, kind of walk through those steps. Maybe that's why I have to keep practicing?
Maybe.
I hand the branch back.
Don't lose this.
As Can hands you back the branch where her fingertips touched on it, you can see that there's like little, you see like little vines almost like start to peer out and like kind of wiggle a little bit before receding, like exactly where her fingerprints were.
Okay.
You didn't feel any of that.
So, yeah, that scroll that I found floating in the ring and the deck of the ship, I do want to take those out and just kind of inspect those.
Gill. Yeah, you asked him why he was so cagey.
Did he say anything?
He just kind of laughs like,
It's the nature of the business.
Okay.
They're locking eyes right
What are you doing right now?
Well, clearly we're trying to get some of this water out of here to save some of our cargo.
I mean, you look like you're kind of just standing there. Looks like you're making all of them do the work.
now. Ooh.
he kind of like looks you up and down.
You know what? I'm supervising.
You don't seem very helpful. I thought you were supposed to be helpful.
I'm
He's
very
trying to
helpful.
get thrown overboard.
Depending on my, what's going on. Sometimes I help with the cleaning and the kitchen, and other times guarding things.
On my ship, I never really had a crewman just standing around like that, not doing much of anything.
Where's your ship at?
Oh, it's gone. Maybe I'll go.
Maybe you should have more guys just standing around and still have it.
Maybe I'll go talk to Captain Lyle. Tell him how helpful you actually are. Hang on a second, and then I head back up.
Are you tattling?
Are you trying to like convince him of something?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a persuasion
You are Karening him hard.
He is trying to get thrown overboard is what he's doing.
It's 11.
You feel like maybe he isn't doing such a like he doesn't seem too concerned by you saying you're going to go talk to the captain. Give me an insight check.
22.
You can tell that based on the way that he was reacting to you doing that, you pick up immediately that he's completely confident that Captain Lyle is okay with what he's doing right now.
Okay. I'm going to try and find Captain Lyle's quarters.
Okay. All right. Give me another investigation check. Actually, no, we can just do the rolling one. It's not hard to find. You kind of go around to the other side of the hallway, move down, and you find that there's like a small, narrow passage that looks like it's maybe officer quarters. Like there's a room to the left, and then there's a room to the right, and then at the end, there's like a more ornate door that might belong to Captain Lyle Hisebi.
Is it unguarded?
No, nobody's there.
I said, is it unguarded?
Oh, I thought you said, is there a guard?
I was like, what?
Yeah, it's unguarded.
You have to unthaw the chicken.
I'll go up to the door, and knowing some doors are fucky, I'm going to pull up my eye patch, and I'm going to try and like suss out if there's anything weird about the door that might activate a trap or something.
Okay. All right. Give me investigation with advantage.
Can I do perception?
If you're just, trying to get a visual pat down, yes.
18.
18. You can see that there is a mild script along the crease of the door. Very, very tiny. It looks like it's been like almost wood burnt in there. In runes that, what languages do you speak?
Abyssal, Common, Elvish, Sylvan, Thieves Can't.
You do not recognize the language.
Thieves can't do what?
Is there a handle on the door or like a pull ring or something?
Yeah, there's a pull ring on it.
I'm going to look in my inventory and see if there's something I can grab the handle with.
Okay.
How big is the ring?
It's maybe 6 inches in diameter. Enough for you to, like a standard size.
Okay, so I'm going to pull out my cane. I'm going to cast Shillelagh on it, so it's like a magical stick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to slide it through the ring, grab the bottom part so I'm not touching the door, and I'm going to try and open it that way.
Okay. Yeah, nothing happens to you when you do that. As you pull, you do realize that it is locked.
So is there like a keyhole or something?
You can see that underneath there's like a little thin slot. Not like a standard keyhole, but definitely something could be, jimmied in there.
Okay, well, I will try to jimmy in there with thieves' tools.
Okay.
While avoiding touching the door somehow.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a sleight of hand roll, and you are proficient in thieves' tools, correct?
Yeah, baby, I'm a rogue.
All right, so you can add your proficiency bonus to that.
Using my inspiration, I got 24.
Nice. So yeah, you start using your thieves' tools, and you realize this is a complex lock, but it's not something you haven't seen before. You definitely know that
my door's way cooler.
Yeah, you've definitely worked with a door like this in the past, and it may have, when you were younger, back in your younger days, it may have taken you a little bit longer, but you're experienced now, and it takes you less than 10 seconds to wiggle around and find the tumbler in there, and then it opens up.
Okay.
I pull it open?
Yep.
All right, you pull it open, and this is not a bedroom. Not even close. This looks like an armory. Fee.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm going to take my scroll and my ring out of my pack and just try to investigate those.
So you're still sitting there with Can, right?
Yeah. So I guess I could probably...
I will ask, are you trying to be secretive about this, or are you just kind of out in the open with it?
No. I'll give Can a heads up. So, Can, I found these things in the bottom of the ship when I was trying to repair stuff. Should we find out what they are?
Yeah.
At that moment, you hear poof, 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 as Captain Lyle Hisebi walks over to you.
I see you found some of my belongings.
These are yours?
Yeah.
Why were they at the bottom of the ship floating in the water?
Probably because there was a hole in the ship and it came loose. But you know what?
Yeah.
Well, if you do know, then I won't tell you.
I was saying,
Never
yeah,
mind.
it's like, continue on, yeah.
Well, for doing us a solid, I'll let you keep them.
Really?
Yeah, but kind of like I told your friend earlier, if you guys are gonna be taking things from people or being deceptive or doing any of that, maybe try to hide it better.
I didn't know I took them from people. I just found them. There was no person that they were on. They were just floating in water.
Well, can I see that scroll for a sec?
Yeah.
And he takes it from you for a second, looks it over. And you can see that, even though he doesn't really have normal eyes, you can see there's a little glimmer in them. And he hands it back to you.
That's a scroll of water breathing.
Oh, that would be great.
You're sure I can have these?
Yeah, is that the only two things that you found down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
You can have those.
You'll never know if that's a lie or not, because now you taught her how to be deceptive.
Well, let's hope that I did, because there's a lot of things in this world, in the wider world outside the scope, that maybe you guys are, he looks you up and down, Can, unfamiliar with, that might require you to be a little bit more clandestine.
Okay. I'll have to work on that. What does the ring do?
That I don't know.
Well, okay. Maybe we can share it. I'm okay with sharing.
No, you have it. You've earned it.
Well, thank you.
Nez.
No, you have it. What's the benefits of being in Destine's clan?
Well, now you need Destine as an NPC who has a clan.
I don't think you're ready.
Yeah, according to the captain, you're not ready. Nez, are you still just hanging out, doing your thing?
Yeah, has anything roused me from my meditation?
No, it's been pretty quiet up near the front of the ship where you're at.
Even when Can went, cool.
Yeah, I mean, that probably isn't something that would really bother you. Yeah, everybody seems like they're focused on their tasks. It's all kind of become white noise around you. Nobody's bothering you.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, at this point, how much time have we burned of the 45 minutes to an hour?
Getting close to it. You guys are getting close to that amount. So you know that soon, if you were to look out, do you look out at all?
I don't.
Okay.
Eyes closed the whole time. Eyes closed, ears open, and just kind of, if nothing else, like I said, just collecting thoughts, recuperating, drying out, waiting for some sort of maybe clandestine sign or push.
Gotcha. Give me a D20 roll. So just for everyone to, just as an aside, maybe a life lesson here, licking your lips with your mouth still open and smiling is very creepy.
Oh yeah, that's very Jinji Ito, I feel like.
Yeah.
I thought it was cute.
It was still cute, but also creepy.
Quattro.
You got a 4?
4 out of 20.
Okay.
Man, you've been rolling shit for episodes.
That I have.
Yeah. Nothing else kind of give you a push or anything like that, which is, maybe there's a bit of quiet confidence in that nothing external has bothered you for the time being.
Ain't nothing breaking your stride. That's what's on his coffee
slow me down.
Yeah.
That's a nice crush harmony, guys. All right, back to Gill. And this will be the last round for you guys before something else happens. All right, Gill, you have opened up this room to an armory. You see there are some sabers on the wall. You can see that there are, a couple of different types of armor. This looks like where they keep the good stock. Maybe, because this is kind of out in the open, and your investigation led you to believe that there was another hidden area, so maybe this is just second best stock. But yeah, it's like a various armaments, armor, weapons. There seem to be a few bags of things.
All right, since no one else is next to me or by me or anything, I'm gonna think to myself, all right, Mom, help me find something good in here. And I'm just gonna really try and quickly scan the room for something valuable that I would perceive as valuable, that is relatively small, that I can keep on my person that's not obvious.
Is your eye patch up or down?
It's up. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Gill exits with a bazooka.
Pocket bazooka.
Like literally using the bazooka as a trajectory. Like,
Can.
Got a shortcut to the island.
This is my new friend Bazooka. I was listening to that the other day while I was driving, and I was laughing so hard at that. All right. So based on that, okay. Give me. Would you like to use perception or investigation?
Well, I would like to use perception, but this does seem like an investigation thing to me.
Perceptigation.
I'll let you choose whether you're visually looking at it or if you're actually like going through and trying to find something specific. Or if you're trying to do it real quick, perception.
Okay.
That would be my call on that.
24.
For perception?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you're looking around and you see there's a lot of value in here, but one of the things that interests you most that looks like it might be the most valuable and you see your eye wheel on it, looks to be, it's hard to really describe it well, but it looks like a flower brooch that shimmers.
Fucking ooh. Without hesitation. And all I'm really doing is like, Gill feels like he's owed something because it was because of him that the whole thing started, and he almost died
He's
in the
feeling
process
entitled right now. Yeah.
Yes. So he's just gonna pocket it, and then he's gonna put the eye patch on. He's gonna try and leave the room and try and lock it back up the way you found it and stuff, and then just go back up.
Okay, yeah. The minute you close the door, you hear like a.
now we can call it
I
squares.
wipe my hands. I look at the door to see if it looks like it did before.
So you looked at it pretty well with that first time.
Mm-hmm.
You notice those scripts are gone from the side where the joints are.
I just whistle and walk away.
All right, Fee and Can. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah,
We're inspecting the rings.
for sure. Yeah, we know what the scroll is, so now let's look at this ring.
It's some sort of
Is it
Canadian
metal?
hockey chirping.
The ring is made of metal. Yes.
What kind?
Give me perception.
Can I tell if there's magical properties to it?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
17.
Oh my gosh, no.
17. So you know that, Can, just looking at it, you know that it's a type of silver in this ring. You don't know exactly what kind of silver, but it looks kind of expensive. Like it's not just like, rough hewn, high iron silver. It's definitely been shaped by somebody who knows what they're doing.
So I rolled a 5. Can I use my inspiration?
Yeah.
I mean, if you've
Reroll?
got it,
Yeah.
just make
Now
sure
we're
if you got him.
make sure you use it on the
Oh, so much better. Yep, I unclicked it. 22.
22. Yeah, there's definitely something magical about this ring, and you can tell that because there is a rune. You don't recognize the script inside, but it's just one symbol, but it definitely looks like intentional, and there's something about it that is very magical to you.
Does it seem like bad magic or good magic?
With that roll, it doesn't seem bad. It doesn't. There's no menacing aura. It doesn't seem like a curse. It's not growling at you.
Can I smell it?
The ring? Mm-hmm. Yeah, give me a perception check.
Don't smell too hard.
Now you got a nose ring.
Wait, did I have you roll perception before?
Yeah.
And that was your perception?
17.
Yeah, okay, so you don't have to roll again then. So yeah, it smells like silver, but there's kind of a floral scent to it. You recognize, floral scents. It's hard to place.
They go pretty well with my earthy smell.
But yeah, it's faint, but it's there. So something left that scent on it. It's not a part of the ring.
Where were they keeping this?
It doesn't seem bad. Should I put it on and just see what happens?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
Random crewman that looks exactly like Billy comes up. Yes.
that's what rings are for.
I'll put the
Just
ring
carrying
on.
a crate.
Does anything
Yes.
happen?
You were slowly turning into Pinwin. You put the ring on?
Yeah.
All that you notice happens is it kind of cinches to your finger a little bit.
Bind on pickup.
How does it feel?
It feels cinched.
How does that feel, baby?
Is it too tight?
Not too tight, just like...
No, yeah, you feel like you could still take it off.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
it just fits my finger.
Yeah, if you were to pull it, it would slide down your finger. It just seems to like fit to the wearer.
At first, when you described that it tightened, I imagine it turned into like a giant sausage finger, like just swelling up from it.
I imagined like one of those magnetic jacks that like click in like that satisfying. Oh, that's in there.
But you don't know. You don't feel any different. Nothing.
Huh.
You think, based on your Arcana roll, you would probably have to attune to this in order to really understand what it is and what it comprises of. But yeah, you don't feel any ill or positive effects.
Well, okay. Huh. I'll have to attune to this when we have time, and then I don't know.
Well, it looks really cool.
Thanks.
It does.
I know, it does look cool.
Yeah, it's like a simple silver band, but it's got that little, mark in a language you don't read.
Do you want to share it? I don't mind sharing.
That's okay, I'm good.
Okay. Can you water breathe already?
No.
He said the scroll's water breathing. How do scrolls work? You read them and then you know it? Or do you have to have the scroll on you?
If someone can copy, like a wizard can copy a spell, but otherwise you would, read it or do what the procedure is, and then it would just use up. So unless it has like multiple charges, treat them like they're a one-time use.
So would the
So
short
Lyle
rest have
probably
already
already had
happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, to attune to it, you would need another short rest.
That's
do
fair.
it.
Yeah.
I can already breathe underwater when I turn into a different form.
Well, that's true.
So
Well-
I guess, yeah, I can.
That's fair. That is pretty cool. It was really cool when you turned into... I saw her turn into an octopus.
Yeah, you saw her leap over the
Yeah.
side of the ship and transform
Oh, yeah, that was
while it was
towards the
happening.
beginning. It
Animorph
was really
style.
cool when you turn into an octopus. How do you learn to do that?
Well, I learned that one because I wanted to pick up as many shells as possible.
Oh,
because,
such a good idea.
well, my friend Peach, you remember Peach?
Yeah, Peach.
Yeah, well, Peach, he likes to collect like shells and stones and things like that. So I thought, with 8 tentacles, I can pick up way more.
That is so true. Wow, that's a good idea. And you can use it to fight other random octopus creatures.
That was a first.
Cool.
But yeah, another practical use.
Yeah. What other animals can you turn into?
Quite a few, but I've only tried a couple.
I can't turn into any. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Ferrets, meerkats, hairless moles,
Stoats.
Seahorse.
axolotls.
At that time, you were the first one to hear this, Nez, because you're not currently in a conversation or below deck, but you just hear, "Land ho!" from the crow's nest. The rest of you start to see the crew, react to this as they drop anchor, and you can hear like a, and then everyone kind of gathers on the ship. You can see some of the other passengers are on there, and the crew, and Captain Lyle is kind of standing around by everyone and kind of stretches his arms out.
So, we're gonna have to take a little bit of time to do some patching up. It shouldn't take too long. We think,
And he looks over at some of his crew, and they're like kind of shrugging. You hear like 2 hours, and he's like,
we think maybe about 2 hours. So, we can, hang out on the beach here and maybe have some food or something. I don't know if some of you have foodstuffs, but we kind of put you in this situation so we can roll some of ours out. And, yeah, maybe we can just hang out on the beach until this is resolved, and then we'll get back to business, I promise. And in fact...
and he reaches in to his pouch, and he starts pulling out coins.
I'm gonna give every group here a gold back for the trouble. We really appreciate you giving us your patronage in the first place. So here,
And he hands you back, like he goes to like hand it to you, a gold.
I
Like-
extend my pouch.
He puts it in your pouch, and then you see him like give it to a few other people.
all right, well, these boats can hold about 12, so we'll all ferry over. I think it's only gonna take 2. We've got 4, so yeah, we'll just use 2. and get everybody over to the beach. So, let's see here. How do we want to do this? Well, if you're part of the crew, I want you to divide into two, and then just part this group, and then everybody can go.
I want everybody to give me initiative. You're not going to fight. I'm just using it to...
What? That didn't seem like a fight.
Add your initiative modifier. Yeah, it's just the most... divide the group. Fuck no, man!
Divide the group and survivors get to eat.
Man,
15.
why was that my 20?
11.
24.
All right.
21.
All right. You guys are all ushered to the same boat.
So we're on ferries?
No, they're just like lifeboats.
I thought he
they're
said
big.
ferry.
Ferry over. Just the
I
verb.
see. So we're being ferried over? That's very good. So let's go.
So yeah, you guys hop in a boat, and you are in the boat with Captain Lyle, Stallion, and several other crew members that you don't recognize, and then a few more passengers that you don't recognize.
Are one of them a lizard guy?
Yes.
Nice.
You see a lizard crew member with, weirdly, he's got, he looks like lizard folk, but you can tell he's like mixed with something because he's got some hair and he's got some large elfin ears to him. So maybe he could be considered a half elf.
Whoa.
Is
What color is his
Matilda?
hair?
It's like brown and blonde.
Weird.
I go up to Nezrah. Hey, man. Is that another Drake like you? He looks like you could be related. Like almost spitting image.
I don't know.
Can you grow hair like that?
I lift up my arm and look under my armpit.
I look under his poncho.
I don't think so.
You're not a tree. I was thinking you were. I keep thinking you're bark, and then I thought you
Just
have.
because of one joke, you think
And then
he's
you
literally a
had,
tree
I
person.
imagine you lifting your arm and having tiny little baby twigs like popping out
Just
for
like
hairs.
tiny little morel
Ow.
mushrooms.
Got some fungus on him.
Some
It's wet
fungus
under
among
there.
us.
That guy looks like he's got some stories.
I would love to hear them. Have you had a chance to chat with them?
Nope.
Ooh. Maybe I could spend time on the beach.
Have you had a chance to chat with anyone, really?
I did meet the gentleman that was giving you alcohol with the purple eyes.
Gill just stares off.
Yeah, you might not even remember
I
that.
don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've been talking to some of the crew, and they're kind of weird. They're withholdy in a conversational
Secretive?
way.
Can we hear that?
I'm speaking quietly to him.
Give me a perception check if you guys are
Okay.
trying to eavesdrop.
Yeah, sure.
Fee has like like one of the fucking like phonograms.
Cartoon
Up to her
style.
ear, yeah.
Nope. Oh, I'm gonna use my D6 because why not? I always forget I have inspiration when I won.
D6.
Yeah, you guys don't hear what's going on. He's being pretty quiet about
9. Got 3 more.
it. Yeah, he's still-
Okay. No.
you can see that they're like he's whispering to Nez, but you can't tell what he's whispering about.
What are you guys talking about?
Oh, hey.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
I was just saying that I've been talking to some of the crew, and they seem weird and withholdy.
Oh.
But look at that guy. Look how weird he looks.
He looks pretty cool.
So Captain Lyle is a big fan of deception.
Oh, hey.
There is that.
I didn't know we're doing
group's
group
all here
huddles
now.
now. Yeah. He's super weird. I'm getting a weird vibe from Lyle.
Yeah, but I took his advice. Remember when he said, if anyone has food? I didn't say anything.
And I just smile and pat my pack.
Normally people seem to just like me right away, and I don't have to try very hard. But with all these people, they're just acting all weird. Other than some of the crew earlier, they were pretty digging me, especially Layla.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
you get
that's-
the sense that the officers are a little bit more standoffish to you, Gill.
Is Matilda on our boat?
Matilda's not.
That's good.
You actually don't see Matilda.
Have you guys had any weird experiences with the crew?
None yet. Maybe they consider you a threat. You do have a pretty commanding presence.
I do. I'm trying
Maybe they're confused
to
about who's
be
in
more
charge.
easygoing and less imposing, but I can't help it sometimes.
Gassing him up.
Maybe they're confused about who's in charge between you and Captain Lyle. And they don't know who to...
It's good that someone else is
Submit to.
noticing that thing. I feel like there's a lot of tension there. Like, oh, we're both captains, and I'm like judging his bad captaining, and I don't know. What about you guys? Have you?
Oh, maybe there'll be a vote.
Oh, well, we didn't do a vote when I was captain last time.
Oh, how did you become captain?
Well, that is a tale for another time, and I say it like intentionally mystically.
That's where we're gonna end for the night.
I met someone below deck. Wasn't a great encounter.
Was it like Harry the Helper or something
No,
stupid?
I think. No, I haven't met Harry the Helper or something stupid, but I think her name was like Matilda. I haven't seen her since. I'm a little worried I scared her. She kind of startled me.
How?
I mean, she came up on me with a dagger and was like, "Hey, move." And you know, when someone comes up to you with a dagger and says, "Hey, move," like,
Oh shit! This is what I'm
kind
talking
of makes
about.
you upset.
They're being weird, man. Where were you on the ship when it happened?
In the very bottom, you know, when I was patching it up.
Is that where that secret door was?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you get the idea that it's close.
Yo, I think there's something weird hidden in that ship.
Captain Lyle seems pretty nice, though. Seems pretty fun.
He seems like a very fair fellow.
He seems like a shit guy.
Oh, no.
No, I mean, I just mean.
Do you mean ship guy?
should
Because
be
he
a ship
totally
guy.
seems like a ship guy.
I feel like he's not using the ship to the best of its abilities. That's all I'm saying.
I did another
There should
lie.
be a vote?
Maybe there should be.
I did another lie.
What did
What's
you
your
do?
other lie?
So you know those other halflings that kind of look like me?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking for the same thing I'm looking for, like the plan.
Oh, that's wonderful. They're going to help
No,
us out?
no,
No?
no. I didn't tell them it was me.
Oh.
So,
To be honest, they're kind of weird too. And I would have no qualms with just losing them somewhere.
okay, good, because I feel like they're maybe gonna be a little PO'd at me.
They're
So-
very ungrateful little shits. If you ask me.
Oh my.
So let's
Ungrateful and
just
indignant.
Literally
fucks.
like, oh, we would have just lived anyway. No big deal.
no, they wouldn't have.
I agree. They were screwed.
So yeah, in the spirit of lying, please lie to them.
Oh, I mean, I forgot about the story anyway, so. But now that I
Good
know it
job.
again.
You're doing
yeah, I wink at her.
You blink at her.
But what if by telling the truth, they'd help you and help us so we can find that?
It's kind of an embarrassing story, though.
I know.
They might make fun of Can.
But they are. They do have the same. They do have the same goal.
It's a big whoopsie daisy. Is there like a law on your island or anything for
No.
screwing up so hugely?
No, because nobody thought it would ever happen.
Just a
Oh,
monumental.
I thought it was because they're very understanding and forgiving.
No, it was more like shock and surprise and being completely dumbfounded. So,
Do you feel like you're under duress?
What does that mean?
I guess maybe if I think about it a lot, it doesn't feel good, but
Did you want to leave the island because you felt like you were in danger in your own village?
Were you trying to escape to somewhere?
no.
Maybe Witch Mountain.
Come full circle.
Well, let's just keep everything about this on the down low.
With each other or with the rest of the people?
I mean, I think we're relatively cool with each other, right?
Yeah.
Like, you guys seem pretty cool so
I cast
far.
big time Forgeticus on all of us.
Okay, so no lie zone here.
No lie zone.
But let's lie to everybody else.
I like it.
So you could say that we have an alliance?
That's a good one.
You can have,
That is pretty
Nez,
good.
you can have inspiration.
But I don't get inspiration from my very good.
Absolutely not.
It wasn't very good.
I knew it when I said it, but I still enjoyed it. So,
That's all that matters.
yeah.
As you guys are, still kind of, discussing this stuff, you guys land on the beach, and Lyle gets out, and you watch as the other boat kind of comes up, and he starts barking orders to some of his crew to set up some temporary stuff, and within just a few minutes, they have started to get things together. You can see that the other boat that you guys weren't on actually ferried a bunch of objects in crates along with it. That ship had that boat had less people on it, and so they can make room for stuff. Maybe they were trying to make sure it didn't get ruined or something by the storage or anything like that.
So has the sun set at this point?
Yeah, the sun has now gone down.
Okay.
There's just on the horizon, if you were to look out over the ocean, you can see just a thin gray line, and then surrounded by a halo of purple.
Okay.
As it pretty much becomes night.
So we, quote unquote, docked. We run ashore on the ferry boats or the lifeboats. So when we came ashore, we were looking kind of northwest-ish.
Yes.
And so if we look to our left, that's where the horizon is, where the sun is setting.
Correct.
Okay. So that's west. And they're setting up shop or setting up shelter.
Yep,
Do they
right on the
have
beach.
tents or anything like that?
They don't have tents, but they are setting up cloth over tent poles. They have stuff available. It's clear that they were able to grab stuff from the ship to, set up. So how this place kind of looks, it's a, kind of a sand beach, not white sand, just light colored sand, pushed back all the way about maybe 500 feet. You can see some rocky outcroppings with heavy foliage. There's definitely some trees. You can see some palm trees and things like that are growing up, and it kind of raises up, goes up about maybe 60 feet. That's about the highest level back there, but it's really hard to tell anything else. Although, give me a perception check, everyone.
Okay.
It's still very tropical.
Yes, it's still very tropical.
Okay. Is it dense?
Yep.
Foliage?
Pretty dense.
As soon as the beach, the sandy beach meets the foliage, it's thick.
Like the Lost Island.
Yep.
Is it really windy?
It is not.
21.
14. 22.
That's a nat 20.
Nice. So what does that end up being?
22.
22. Okay. Yeah, you guys all, some of you, you three, Can, Nez, and Gill, you guys spot really quickly up on the kind of the line of the rocks and foliage. You can see there's a cave.
I thought they were going to say cake.
There's a cave up there. You're not sure, but there's something off about the way it looks. It's kind of almost like it's at a weird angle. As if somebody took a regular cave and just turned it a little bit.
Who's fucking with my cake?
Just shifted it a little bit.
Who moved my cave? Coping with divorce.
So, Fee, you weren't perceiving as suddenly as them, but that's not what you notice. You notice that there is a curl of smoke coming from off in the distance, as if from a chimney.
Oh, you see the smoke from that chimney out there? That's good, and that might be good, or maybe bad. We are in Danger Island, so guess we'll see what that means.
Danger Island.
The sign. Didn't you read the sign?
I stare blankly.
You didn't read the sign.
No.
As you say that, the last rays of light from the horizon dip below, and suddenly you're plunged into darkness, and at that moment, you guys hear from the cave, and that's where we're going to end for the night.
Oh.
Goddamn.
Fudge.
It's just this really old person who can't breathe well.
Help me.
I have emphysema.
Can you grab my cane? It's over there.
Yeah,
I'm not Grandpa.
exactly what I need. Another raspy voiced NPC.
Good job.
I'm going to try to avoid that for the next foreseeable future. So.
Do you have a pack of cigarettes?
In fact, I do. I'll go grab them.
You're fine.
All right. Great episode, gang.
Yeah.
Now it's time for tonight's MVPC. The most valuable player character. I want you guys to tell me who deserves an extra D10 of inspiration.
Asian.
DM inspiration. Nation.
Yeah, that one.
All right. So, for your benefit and those of them listening at home, Nez is 1, Gill is 2, Fee is 3, and Can is 4. On the count of 3, I want you guys to hold up the number of fingers corresponding to the person you would like to see become the most valuable player character. I'll give you a moment to decide, and then we will vote. Does everybody know what they want? All right. 1, 2, 3, vote. Okay. Wow.
Oh,
We've got
doubles.
2 votes for Can and 2 votes for Gill.
And both multiples of 2.
Yes. So, Nez, tell me why you voted for Gill.
He was just the most entertaining to me this session. I really enjoyed him just gallivanting around and being like, I'm going to take this. And just like being tiptoey and being very like suspicious of everyone and everything.
But also
fun.
being suspicious myself.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's suspicion all the way down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like it when other people do it.
You're
True
projecting.
narcissism. Yeah.
Just projecting.
Can, why did you vote for Gill?
I think it is very useful to have somebody who's going to be doing the sleuthing and finding secret rooms. Also, I think I just like that he's super insecure about people not immediately liking him.
Which is another symptom of narcissism. I think we're seeing a pattern here. Gill, why did you vote for Can?
I like that Can is trying to like learn more about the other people. I thought the grabbing Fee's branch thing was really interesting. I almost voted for Fee because of that too, because Fee's like getting out of her comfort zone and allowing other people in.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like how Can is kind of getting corrupted a little bit and starting to like do devious stuff too.
Can is malleable.
But it's like in a really cute way. Like, I didn't tell me I had food. Yeah. I just like that.
Lying by omission.
Fee.
I appreciated the help with identifying the ring, and I don't know, it was nice just talking to her. I feel like we're all becoming better friends, and that makes me really happy. Yeah, and I like the secret food and stuff too. That's so good. So good.
All right. Well, that means tonight's MVPCs are Kanak, Anga and Gildebrand Milani.
Yeah.
Take you 1d6 of DM inspiration, and you know what? Maybe work on your deception.
Bear, I think if you're taking notes, or who? No, was it Jasper?
Somebody. If you're taking notes.
If you're keeping track, it feels like this campaign we're getting more like multiple people winning MVPC, which is kind of cool.
See how many split.
Yeah. So if you're tracking stats, let us know how many, whether.
What's the population in Splitsville?
And the winner with the most splits
Perfect.
gets a banana split.
I'll take it.
All right. Well, that's it for tonight, folks. Thanks for listening. Thanks to Adrian Von Ziegler for that beautiful background music. If you like what you hear and you'd like to contribute a little bit, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/D20_syndicate. We've got a bunch of wonderful tiers that offer a variety of things that you might find interesting enough to become one of our patrons and make us warlocks. So check out patreon.com/D20_syndicate and see if there's anything there that trips your crossbow. Also, if you like what you hear, check out Apple Podcasts and consider leaving a review. If you leave us a review, we will read it on this podcast, no holds bar, no matter what it says. Well, within reason, but most things are fine. Also, consider leaving us a star review. We really appreciate 5 stars. You know, wink. Other than that, I think that's it for tonight, folks. Oh, check out our Discord. If you're having a good time enjoying this, in the episode description, there is a link to our Discord. It's free to use, and there's a bunch of us in there, and we're all having fun. And yeah, come hang out with us. Other than that, thanks for listening. I'll see you next week, folks. This is your host and DM, Seth, and this is the D20 Syndicate podcast, where we go on adventures so you don't have to. Adi fucking no!
Adi fucking knows. Adi fucking knows. Adi fucking knows.
We could just do a simple goodbye.
Why? That hurts so much.
Oh my god, I almost said the lineage of Moonreach.
Like before, previously on. Like, how did you know preemptively?
The lineage of Moonreach previously on.
The Lineage of Moonreach presents the D20 Syndicate podcast previously.
Okay, here I go.
I cannot believe that those cards are your preferred organization method. It just looks so bad from here.
It works.
Eddie, can we get a playback of all the times that Seth has been like, where's my card that says this really important shit?
Did you say Eddie?
I like to imagine we have an audio guy.
Named Eddie.
You can lower yours, Lindsey. You look like you're straining.
Talking into the mic, talking into the mic, 'cause it's a day to talk.
Do I need to be turned up a tiny bit? Can you hear me like at all? I'm really up in the microphone. Can you hear me talk at all? Can you hear me? I'm in the microphone and I don't think I'm very loud. But thank you, Billy. I think you fixed it. Thank you, Billy. I think you fixed it. Thank you, Billy. I think you fixed it.
Barbecue sauce.
Yo, I hate wearing pants.
Shorts are where it's at.
Oh, why are you wearing pants?
How did I get here?
There was a reason, but I don't know why.
I'm sorry.
You gotta stop. You can't put
I should have gotten that ring fidget spinner.
for your feet. Oh, this
I
has
think
been your
Ori got
legs
it
and
from
feet.
you.
Maybe get some
I don't think it's
from
Luna.
my toe. But like toe
A
rings
fidget
bring
toe
that
ring
Yeah.
spinner.
Just have my feet together, like
Yikes.
spinning a little
It's just a big
sunflower
bowl of
ring.
spam. She dips her toe in.
Ew.
What if they had a restaurant where you blind taste test everything?
That would be fun.
They have
That would be
they do
fun.
have a restaurant where you eat in the dark,
Oh yeah.
like completely in the dark.
To like enhance the
They're trying
sense.
to eat spaghetti and they're like, I can't get it on my fork. It keeps falling.
I keep stabbing myself.
Do they have staff that wear like night vision goggles and feed
Yes.
it to
That's
you?
exactly what
Oh,
happens.
I
Yeah,
love it.
they don't
That's
feed
so
you, but they
good.
do
Oh,
bring it to
okay.
the table. Yeah,
That's fantastic.
but they do wear night vision goggles.
Wow.
God, it would
That's
be
fun.
hard to eat something in the dark.
Also, that's like a racket. Like if you have a rodent problem, like, yeah, we
Shut
just
the
eat in
lights
dark.
They actually embrace the rodent problem, and the rodents have become the waiters.
It's actually way cheaper for night vision goggles than it is for pest control.
Black market night vision
And
goggles.
we're saving just a fucking song on the electric bill.
Yeah, man.
We ain't even cook the food.
The
They
night
don't know
vision
what it
goggles
is.
are just a one-time upfront expense. Pest control is you got to keep plugging into it, man.
Right, and that the extra benefit is that the health inspector can't tell either.
Here, have some
That'd be
spam.
the perfect
Can you turn the lights on
ratatouille
so I can
kitchen.
check the kitchen, please?
No,
We don't
it's
have
not
them.
that kind of restaurant.
We don't have
no
anything.
bulbs.
We
do
actually
not pay an electric
removed our
bill.
lights.
Yeah. Less of a fire hazard.
Sam does not like my Nezrah voice.
Really? Why?
Stop using it in the bedroom then.
I'll just tickle you right here.
I hate that.
Yeah. No.
You don't know where I was talking about.
It doesn't matter.
It's a harmless bedtime tickle.
As you do when
As
you're a
you do.
married folk.
Married
Guess
as
I don't
folk.
know about all that.
Cut this out, but it won't take long.
You don't need to tell me that. I will cut it out.
Cut it out, Tomas.
I'm pretty judicious in cutting things out. I just want Seth to edit one episode.
No.
And then he'll see finally all of his shenanigans.
Me telling you to edit this out?
Yes.
I feel like that's helpful.
No.
It just
How would you know
prolongs.
otherwise?
It just
Before
prolongs
we
the
used to
process.
go by
Anyway.
that protocol where we wanted them to say it.
Yeah, I'm just...
Because you're inconsistent with saying edit this out.
You know
so
what?
I have to
That's
edit
very
other
true.
stuff out anyway.
My favorite is the unpause when there was no initial pause.
Yes.
You know what, guys? I'm just shooting from the hip here. Now listen, listen to Michaela's idea through
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I have a bunch of ideas, so I just
I have to remember them
Thank
for
you.
her.
Conduit.
Now, how do we build the coffin so that they can hold hands between them?
Just
leave like
cut a hole
Yeah,
in the
hole,
side of each.
obviously.
Double
Just
wide
get a double
cat-
wide,
yeah.
toss us in.
Oh, yeah.
Then link our arms.
But
And our
actually, I
hands.
want to be
Do they have
composted.
double wides at Costco?
Same.
Probably.
Oh, we could grind you guys up. Yeah.
I
both
also
of
want to
you.
be.
No, I think we
so-
should. I think we should just be like set on top of each other one final time, and wrapped up.
with plastic wrap.
No,
Like
Twine.
Laura Palmer?
no burlap.
razor wire.
Something decomposable,
Okay.
and then buried underneath a tree.
What if we just wrap
And we
it in
decompose together, which is the
more
most
skin?
necromantic thing we could possibly do.
That'll make a really fucked up tree.
Would it?
I mean, with your bodies.
What's wrong with our bodies?
It would be like half Red Bull.
I mean, let's be honest. It'd be like 3/4 Red Bull. I've been putting it in
These
your
apples
coffee.
taste like Red Bull.
How is this tree?
The tree gets wings,
growing
but it can't
cans?
fly because it's rooted to the earth. It's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, they're coming. The cans are growing like fruits.
And its
like a
wings are only like
brundlefly
this
tree.
big. I love it. I want to be a tree. That's my ideal death situation.
Just become a tree.
They let you. They like. they'll-
No, that wasn't right.
They can put you inside a tree, and then you grow and become a tree. I'm like, that
Like the
sounds
kids from
fun.
Ernest Scared
God, that'd
Stupid.
be well, it'd be horrifying. I'm thinking of like Annihilation, like something like that. You're
Oh,
you're like trying to run away as you're turning into it, and it's like
okay,
you're
yeah.
fusing to the ground and shit. Ugh.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Now I'm Groot.
Just catapult my body into a random direction, and then just see the chaos unfold.
Strap just like 3 bottle rockets to it.
Wait, is this going to be in town or out of town?
Wherever is most fun. Like I'm only providing you the body and then the catapult. The rest is
the rest of the expenses
I should
on
have
you.
to plan it's your fun. It's your fun. I have life insurance just for this.
Somebody get Bezos on the phone.
One big jump.
We're going to the space station and we're gonna jettison you out into space.
It just launches me straight down, like right in front of the catapult. Just
In the road, and there's cars like,
just
Yeah,
film
just-
whatever happens.
just good son you onto a highway from an overpass. Macaulay Culkin specifically is the one that tosses your body over the side.
Oh, that'd be so great to get him.
I want to put you on a riding lawnmower and then just like put a brick on the accelerator and see where you wind up.
At least try and point me straight, like on a highway.
Yeah, we're gonna put like we're gonna
Then see where I divert.
wherever you go, the club on the steering wheel and a brick on the accelerator.
I think we just say you in Billy's yard and then point you in a direction and let you go. He's just gonna be stuck at the trains.
It just goes right into a fucking train and just gets stuck underneath.
It's like an open train. Like I go into the one of the boxes, accidentally closes,
ramp into it.
And then you get stuck like up against the wall until the door opens again, and then
Then you get put onto a barge.
I was like, I end up wherever trains go. I don't know.
This is perfect. I want this
Train
to be
heaven.
like, this is an urban legend that I want to have come true. Like
a Robert
you got your
Zemeckis
Jersey
movie.
Devil, your Mothman, and you got Ride-On Lawnmower Tomas.
My cheeks hurt already.
Sometimes, if you're quiet at night, you can still hear the. Every time I pass an air conditioner, I think of him.
White noise machines just haven't been the same for me.
yeah.
They give me night terrors.
Existential dread creeping back in.
Yeah, October. Existential dread.
It's not October yet for the people listening. Wait, is this the October listening song? What? I forgot words. Will this one release in October?
Yeah.
Oh, we're almost to
September is almost
October.
over.
Fall, it's fall time.
Did you
and
say
I'm
almost
happy
over?
about it.
Yes.
Nice. That's some solid autumn month humor.
I mean, I always fuck up my B's and V's.
Hey, me
They
too.
tend to blend together.
Yeah, I do that especially if they're both in a sentence.
Oh,
they get
man,
swapped.
then yeah, it's done.
Will it
Bavarian
blend?
cream pie.
Bile Vibel.
Vacation in the Bahamas. Vacation sounds so stupid.
Vacation's all I ever wanted.
I rest my case.
You know somebody's used that before, like, but ironically.
That's a term. Vacation is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
vacation.
Oh, I
with
guess
your
I
bed.
wasn't thinking about
like
that.
BAE-cation.
Yeah.
I was unaware of this.
That song always makes me think of there was a Rugrats special where they go to Las Vegas.
Yeah, Rugrats vacation.
Billy, when are you and Sam going on your vacation?
Hey, Watson, what's up, buddy? Oh, hi. Well, he's licking my hand, nuzzling it.
Oh, you lucky son of a bitch.
He doesn't even lick my hand. What have you been doing with that hand?
Is your hand sticky?
Yes.
Probably.
Had a peanut butter on the way here.
Fucking Marv hand over there.
Not a sandwich, just a peanut butter.
Slap it in.
Oh, what's the matter? You got a peanut allergy? No, I got
Got a finger allergy.
It's the perfect road snack.
Yeah, because it has a lid. And it
Oh,
fits
I
in
was
the
just-
cup holder.
I tested it.
Cupcakes also fit in a cup holder, I found out.
Oh, that's
too
why they're
short.
called cupcakes.
They are too short.
They would
Wouldn't
be
get
like,
on the
they'd be
side?
flush with
Oh,
the
no,
lip
yeah.
of the.
They like barely fit over
then
it, but
you
they
just dip
fit
the-
into it. Like
Stick
it's
the finger in
Every
and
time
pull
you
it
grab it, yeah.
yeah.
You just got to
Gotta get
harpoon
some
it with
You
a
know,
finger.
I'm a man who eats handfuls of peanut butter. I'm not really concerned about getting a cupcake on me.